Hello, YouTube viewers. This is Blake Fannin. Listen to me. Whenever you have to put up with or do something that you don't like, or hear about something you hate or don't like, or talk to or do something that you hate or don't like, here is what to call it when you are tempted to cuss. Whenever you have to do something or put up with something or hear about something that you hate or don't like, call it awful stupid or an awful waste of time and money. Say it's awfully stupid and an awful waste of time and money. Or just call it awful or stupid, or call it awfully stupid and ignorant. That people think I care about doing this or that, or that people think I like this or that. Whenever someone's talking to you about something you hate or don't like, such as football, say it's awful stupid, and say it's awful stupid and an awful waste of time and money. And say I can't stand it and I want and also say it's awful stupid and I can't stand it and I want no part of that waste of time and money. But but hear me. Hear me. Proverbs 10 says, to talk too much fosters sin. Be sensible and turn off the flow. And Matthew 6 says, one of the things we should pray about on a regular basis is that we won't yield to temptation. And Matthew 22 says, one of the two greatest commandments is to love your neighbor as yourself. For those of you who are wondering, Matthew 22 also says what the other of the two greatest commandments is too. But listen, Mark 11 is a good verse that talks about prayer too, so I strongly urge you to read that after you read the other passage I mentioned before, Mark 11, and also read Isaiah 54 and John 8. And also read Philippians 4, James chapters 1 through 5, and 1 John chapters 1 and 4. But listen to me. If you have ever had a habit of cussing or talking bad, and you only have time to read a few of these passages, it is extremely important that you read Matthew 6, Mark 11, James chapters 1 and 5, and Philippians 4. I meant James chapters 1 through 5 and Philippians 4 and James chapters 1 and 4. It is extremely important. If you only have time to read a few, read Matthew 6, Mark 11, James chapters 1 through 5, Philippians 4, and 1 John chapters 1 and 4. If you only have time to read a few, if you only have time to read a few, those are the important chapters to read. And I know I quoted all of the ones I mentioned earlier, but listen, I promise you, they are all not long. I mean, listen. If you have ever had a habit of cussing, and you're gonna be in public, those are the ones to read, no doubt about it. If you have a paperback Bible, I advise you put a bookmark in the place you were reading for your personal daily study, and then read the passages I mentioned and ask for help, not cussing. But if you only have time to read a few, read Matthew 6, Mark 11, Philippians 4, and Proverbs 10, and James 1. Proverbs 10 especially, if you don't have time to read much. Because Proverbs 10 says to talk too much fosters sin. So please read Proverbs 10, Philippians 4, Matthew 6, and Mark 11, and ask for help. Ask for help, not cussing. Ask for help, not saying or doing something you shouldn't. But like I said, whenever you have to talk to someone about something you hate and or don't like, or whenever you have to do something you hate or don't like to do, or whenever you have to hear about and or put up with something that you hate and or don't like, read Proverbs 10, Matthew 6, and Mark 11, and ask for help, not cussing or saying something you shouldn't, but just call it awful stupid or awful foolishness or an awful waste of time, and money, and awful garbage. That is what to do when you have to put up with something you hate. Read the passages I mentioned in this video and call it something like awful stupid or an awful waste of time, awful foolishness, and or awful garbage. I hope this video helps you tremendously. If it does, please let me know in the comments below, and like, share, and subscribe too. And please share this video most importantly, so I can help more people. Thank you.